Welcome back. So we were trying to understand these two important stages in the germination. Okay, these are the biochemical stages. In the first stage, there is a recycling of all the molecules which are already there in the spore. Okay, so for making new molecules that would be required for the germination process. In the second stage, we have the actual synthesis stage because the spore has by now got the capacity to make its own molecule. Okay, DNA replication can take place, transcription can take place, and translation can also take place. Okay, so in this particular stage, we have the formation of DNA, RNA, and proteins. Okay, and the other important thing is that whatever the endogenous reserves of energy, amino acids, and proteins, nucleotides were already there, these reserves are getting over, they are getting exhausted. Okay, and therefore the spore should now have the ability to make its own biomolecules. Okay, so that is that particular stage starts from 70 minutes onwards. Okay, until the cell, the spore is converted into the vegetative cell. Okay, and then after that we have the last stage, which is called as the outgrowth stage. So this is actually the conversion of the germinated spore into the vegetative cell. Okay. This particular stage of outgrowth involves certain metabolic changes again. Okay, so that is essentially happening when the conditions are better. Okay, when the suitable nutritional environment is available, then the germinated spore goes into the outgrowth phase that is marked by the elongation of the cell. Okay, that is the would-be cell, and then elongation is followed by symmetric division. Now this is also very important. We have seen that in the sporulation phase, there is asymmetric division or asymmetric septation. Okay, but now once the spore has got the germination signal and then it is ready for the outgrowth, then this particular cell will undergo symmetric septation or symmetric division. Okay, now if for some reason the conditions are not still suitable, the spore find that the conditions are not good for going into the vegetative phase, then such germinated spores might once again go into the microcycle phase, that is the microcycle sporulation. Okay, that is the second round of sporulation. Okay, but before that microcycle sporulation happens, there must be one division, one round of DNA replication. Okay. Okay, then this is on one more important thing that we have seen that the SASPs are the proteins which are binding to the DNA. They hold the DNA in a particular conformation so that the DNA becomes resistant to chemical and physical agents. Okay, but the binding of the SASP should be such that when the germination signal is received, the SASP should be able to come off the DNA, come off the DNA very easily, and therefore the DNA will be available for the replication process. Okay, so that was one important thing. And if there is any kind of a mutation or any abnormality in the SASPs, and therefore the SASPs cannot come out of the DNA easily, then there will be a problem for the DNA for the spore to germinate. Okay, and form the vegetative cell. Right, so I think with that, this particular information about sporulation is over. Okay, this unit also is over, and I think we have already had 3 internal tests, isn't it?